Okay, so for today, this is a really fun set and it's a really easy project. So there are 3 different dies and they all have this little base, and the sucker goes through there, the stem of the sucker, and then these make a wrap front and back on the sucker. And then you can use this to cut a hole so the sucker shows through. Otherwise it'll fit together without doing that, and so the sucker will be completely hidden except for the stick. So this one is the cauldron. And then this one is a gnome, and it has the beard and the hat, feet, hands, nose, and a buckle for on the hat and the strap. So very cute there. And then this one is just an adorable bat. So a lot of fun. We're going to do the cauldron together. So let's get started. Okay, so to use these Lollipop sets, to get, if you're using pattern paper, it's a little too big for a 6x6 piece, but I want to use my 6x6 piece. So here's what you do. You scoot. You can do it this way and make 2 of these. And we'll scoot it over so we reserve paper so we can use this end. But anyway, so right here then, so you've got the bottom base and one of the kettles. And we'll cut 2 of these. So I'll go ahead and cut this one, cut the other one, and be right back. Alright, so I've got the 2 cut out, so it's pretty simple then. So I'll take this base here, I'll put a bead of glue or some double stick tape on this partial one, set it in there, and then this is ready to go. You can use the circle die that comes with the set that I am incapable of picking up. There we go here. And you can use this for the lollipop if you want. So do that before you adhere it, which is what I need to do. But I just wanted to show you how you can use your 6x6 or figure some way out to use these dies without having to have a big sheet of paper. We can patch them together like this so that they work, and you're using your pattern paper. So we will continue on making the kettle. Well, now that we've got the cauldron cut out, I'm going to make the plumes of steam. And so I've done that in I believe it's called Jelly Bean Green Gina K cardstock. And I'm using Catherine Pooler's Lime Ricky ink just to add a little shading. And so this set is really fun because you've got the 3 different plumes of smoke along with the whatever liquid is in the cauldron. And it does come with a spillover too, like things are dribbling down the side. And then, which my set didn't come with. Mine was broken. It's part of being a designer. You don't get the best set sometimes, but the new sets came in and they're perfect. So anyway, the plumes of steam or smoke are there, but then you've got the bubbles. I just keep thinking that old saying, bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. So you've got the bubbles for this. So gluing those bubbles, you can glue them on the plumes of smoke. There's some half bubbles, so it looks like your potion is bubbling in the cauldron. And then, oh, here I made a mistake. You don't glue that ring on until you put the handles on the cauldron first. Then you glue the ring on. Learned that the hard way. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal, but there you go. So anyway, then there's the half bubbles that you can put into the liquid. And so it looks like the liquid is bubbling and then the bubbles are escaping in the air on the plumes. Or you can even put it above the plumes on your project. So, and then I decided to add the base, feet, and the arms just on the back of the lollipop wrapper as well. All right, so we're going to add the plumes. And the set comes with the outline die too, to make the steam look even more substantial. So I just put it on vellum, but you can certainly also put it on cardstock so it looks thicker if you want, or you can color the vellum, whatever you want to do. So I'm adding the half bubbles on to the top of the potion so it looks like it's boiling, and then we've got the escaping bubbles on the steam plumes. Okay, so now you just insert the lollipop, and I bought huge lollipops. The circles fit more of like a Tootsie Pop or Dum Dums, but I had to buy the Giant Charms lollipops because that's what makes my neighbor kids happy. And then you glue the top, let that dry, Just gonna give it a little brace, and there it is. All right, so this is what we made together. Again, I used the cauldron. I'm not 100% on these names. We haven't received the names yet, so they could be changing. And then there's the gnome and the bat. So lots of examples. Here is the cauldron as a shaker card. Look how fun that is. And these ghosts are from the Haunted House die set. And so is the grass. But I mean, it comes with the bubbles, like the bubbling in the cauldron plus the floating bubbles. It's really cute. So there's a card I made using the set. And then the gnome, here is the sucker wrap, and I chose not to cut a circle for the sucker, and I used Charms Blow Pops, which are a little big for this, but the neighbor girls love them. So here is the gnome as a sucker wrap, and then I used some Pixie Dust Designs pattern paper, so it has the house and the spider web on it, and the colors, I just added the gnome and the pumpkins on top. So there is that, and then that darling little bat. Here I did it in a pink, and instead of cutting a hole, I used that die to add a tummy on him. So that's another way you can use it. And then here is the bat done with a hole cut in it. Isn't he adorable? So then the back is just the same as the front, it's just not decorated. You can decorate it if you choose. So we've got the bat, the gnome, and the cauldron. And again, they can be used for cards or for sucker wraps. And this gnome, honestly, I mean, you use a flower pattern paper, you can tuck flowers, like let me see if I have a little flower. Maybe this might be a little big, but just my stash of things I made but didn't need. He could be holding these, like you could put his hands close together and he could be holding these and giving them to you for Mother's Day or birthday. Like let's say that wasn't there, just holding something like that, that would be adorable. So you can do other things. He can be giving a gift, if you have a die with a gift. So at Christmas, he could have a plaid Christmas hat on. I mean, I feel like there's a lot you could do with the gnome. So thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.